But then again, you've also got to be in it to win it. You've also got to try and put yourself in these kind of positions. And when you get a really cagey final like this, and I think this is basically going to be how the final 3 kilometers goes. It's going to be
this
a
might
case
be a good
of
moment
last
to go.
man, last rider standing. But you've got to come from behind and take the surprise of the riders. And right now, there's a little bit too much looking around. You can see Debont, he wants to try and keep things rolling.
Well, it wouldn't be the first solo win for Dries de Bont, but quickly counted. Now it's up to Lotto yet again. No, abort mission there. There's
but
one.
They're not taking the surprise from the riders. You could see there that he attacked. Everybody was already watching the way that he attacked there. And so he's attacked halfway down the group, but everybody's expecting it. So it's one of those moves here as Dries de Bont goes on the left-hand side as the road furniture splits them in two. Vermeers takes the left side, as does Brennan. And now who's going to chase? Because now Vermeers goes in the white and black.
And again, Matt Brennan straight onto the wheel. Dries de Bont, third rider there. Florian Vermeers, he was the big favorite before the race. A sprint is not favorable for Florian Vermeers, but he is, at least he's trying.
It's not favorable, but it depends on what you class as a sprint, because sprinting at the end of a day like today where it's been so difficult, it's a very different kind of proposition. And so you can see he's been one of those riders, and he's a really clever rider, the rider in the white and black. The way that he's being efficient too and saving energy where possible. Could this be working into his favor? Dries de Bont, the rider on the front. It all comes back together. 1,600 meters to go. Don't forget that right-hand turn is going to arrive in 800 meters time.
We have got a roundabout at about 1 kilometer to go, and then it's a straight line to the finish with a crosswind. It's only 10 kilometers an hour, so it's not going to change all that much. Our riders here, 8 contenders for the win in this 66th edition of Grand Prix Denain Porte du Hainaut. Final kilometer is coming up for the duo of Lotto, Segaert and Van Moer. Vermeers for Alpecin de Koning. Ooh, almost a crash there for Matt Brennan with Dylan Corkery. Florian Vermeers for UAE. Kopechki is there as well. And Dries de Bont for the Decathlon AG2R. That is the composition of our first group. There's a lot of looking at each other. This is the Flamme Rouge. 1 kilometer to go, and there is a last-ditch effort there from the man in red, Alex Segaert, going from the front. This is that final roundabout going into the finish straight. Gianni Vermeer straight onto his wheel. A long line going into the finish on the Boulevard 8th of May, which is the day when the French celebrate the end of World War II. And there goes through the middle Dylan Corkery. That would be a formidable surprise if he pulls it off, the young Irishman. Is he going to play the card that nobody expects him to do this? No. Gianni Vermeer straight onto his wheel. So it looks like it's going to be a sprint with Thomas Kopechki through the middle. Matt Brennan straight onto his wheel. Gianni Vermeer as well. Oh, they're almost into the barriers there with Matt Brennan in yellow. Gianni Vermeer through the middle. There goes Matt Brennan, the 19-year-old. Matt Brennan is going to win this Grand Prix Denain. He was the fastest on paper, and he is the fastest in reality. What a win for the 19-year-old Matt Brennan.
What a way to take your first pro victory. So impressive.
Well.
As a neo-pro, he gets the better of those who have got all of that experience. What a performance, what a victory. Fantastic.
And what we also must take into account, Hannah, is how incredibly cool-headed he was. This is for 9th place, Arnaud Delis. Looks like Lewis Askey might be there in 10th place. But I was impressed for a 19-year-old guy, how cool he was, how composed, how incredibly race-savvy. He is going to be 20 only in August. He is one of the youngest in the professional World Tour peloton, and he's got his first win, number 13 on his back. And what a way to do it. Impressive.
I was just going to say, number 13 on his back, unlucky for some, but for him, I think that's going to become his favourite number.